Hey guys, long time no see, and now you're seeing me in a completely new place. Maybe more on that later, but for now, we've got a lot to get through. This is my haul for the Chicago Marathon weekend. I'm not even sure where to start, so I'm just gonna jump in my Garrett's bag of goodies and see what I pull out. I guess the first thing I have here is something from the Expo. At the Expo, they had a station where you could make your own cheer signs. My mom didn't go with me to the Expo, but I brought one of these back. Here's the back. And I had some Sharpies for another reason that I'll explain later. And she was able to fill one of these out for me. And she saw me, I think, a total of 4 times on the course. So that was really fun. Thanks, Mom. Along with my friend and first trainer, Catherine. They were the best spectators. You'll also see that in a future video. They went above and beyond and under and over, and you'll see what I mean there. After the marathon, of course, you get your heat sheet. I didn't need this on the day because I actually got pretty hot, so I let them put it over my shoulders and then I promptly took it off. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with all these because I still have all my other Mylars too. I always keep these in case I think of something creative or someone tells me what to do with those. All right, let's pull some more stuff out. So I didn't get anything from the Nike store. I did want the finisher's jacket, but they were sold out by the time a group of my friends went to the store on Saturday. So if you have a hookup on a finisher's jacket, let me know below. I didn't spend any money at the Nike store. I did, however, find Asics, and Asics was where it was at. I got this shirt that I'm wearing. It's a long sleeve and it says "Run with the Big Dogs," and it has a Chicago style hot dog right here. And I don't know if you can see it, but on the bun of the hot dog it says "Run Chicago." Right here on the hot dog it says 26.2. And it's true that I ran with the big dogs because records were broken. A new American female record was set. I also picked this one up. It caught my eye first, and it says "Dig Deep Chicago" and has deep dish pizza there. And it says "Run Chicago" in the cheese, and on the crust it says 26.2. Another video that I plan on bringing you is my pizza crawl. That's right, I took it upon myself in a very scientific experiment to try to taste as much pizza as I could that weekend to determine my personal favorite deep dish pizza in Chicago. While the results didn't surprise me, it was a very enjoyable experience. And I know I did the cannoli challenge, cannoli comparison for Boston, so I had to do the deep dish deep dive for Chicago. So I got that. And my last thing I got from Asics, because I couldn't get a jacket and because I have a jacket from all my other majors, you know, I have to complete the collection. Maybe eBay will come through for me, we'll hope. But in the meantime, I guess this will do. It's not a jacket, it's a hoodie, but it's also from Asics, and it simply says "Run Chicago 26.2" with the point being the Chicago star. I definitely wore it the day after my marathon with my medal and everything. And I'll put prices for everything below. I believe I have prices for everything. My nails, I bought those for Chicago from Sarah Marie Design Studio. If you want some nails for the major marathons or a couple of the other big marathons, I know they have some Disney nails. I'll leave my ambassador link below too. I'm an ambassador for them, so I can get a small commission if you buy from that link. So help a girl out. I also have these for each stop along my 6-star journey, and those are socks. So these are my Chicago socks. I haven't showed you my other ones. Maybe once I complete all my stars, I will. It has the river and the bean right there, and Willis Tower or Sears Tower, whatever tower you want to call it. But here are my Chicago socks, and I got those before the marathon. Another memory from the 5K that I got early because I chose to have my packet mail. It's the 5K beanie. It has the Chicago kind of flag detail on the bottom with the 4 stars and the blue. It's super cute. Let's see. Story time. As you may know, I collect the plushes from every major marathon that I do. Well, Chicago does not have a plush. They do not sell a plush or offer a plush. And I knew that going in, but in kind of a facepalm moment, when I saw 2 plush options, gosh, that's a tongue twister, at New York when I ran the New York City Marathon. I didn't pick up both. I didn't think that far ahead to potentially use it for Chicago. But I remembered kind of what that bear looked like and that I did struggle with the choice of bears. So I went online and I found a place that made promotional products, and I found the bear, or very close to the same bear that I saw at the New York City Marathon. I didn't know the size that I needed, so I ordered two, and I asked for blank shirts in this light blue color that is synonymous with Chicago. And the size bear that I didn't need came with a blank shirt, and the size bear that I ended up going with had something on the front. But I was able to get most of it off and turn the shirt around, and with the help of my sister and a Cricket, we made our own Chicago Marathon plush. He has the little logo on the front of his shirt. Not that it's out on YouTube or anything, but don't let anybody know that he has another logo on his back. Maybe it's a sponsor. I don't know. But I figured he'll sit with the others. His back will be to the wall. No one will ever know, right? Shh. Anyway, but here's my little guy. I always name my plushes. So like we had Harry the Berry and Freddie the Teddy. So what I'm thinking for this bear is, because he kind of has curly hair and he was inspired by a bear that came from New York, and I ran as a Blackhawks player, that I would name him Patty. And the reason for that is because the Chicago Blackhawks have a player named Patrick Kane, who has kind of curly hair, is from Buffalo, New York, and is my favorite Blackhawks player. So I thought it was fitting to name my bear here Patty. So Patty will join Harry, Freddie, Fridolin, and Spike the Unicorn. Say bye, Patty. So as we got our packets, we got the race shirt, and you were able to exchange sizes on this one as well. I stuck with my original medium. It's a little tighter fitting than I usually go with, but I think it fits well. It's kind of a dark gray, almost black, with green writing. Bank of America Chicago Marathon 22. On the back, it has Shy 2022, the Bank of America logo, the Nike logo, and the Abbott Marathon Majors logo. And if you didn't notice my bag, it's a Garrett Popcorn bag. Another story, when I was entering the lottery for Chicago, I had entered it a couple times before and hadn't been drawn. And I was traveling to my family's house for Thanksgiving, I think. And I went through the Dallas airport. Well, Garrett has a location there. They're famously from Chicago, though. And so I decided, as a good luck charm, to get some Garrett's popcorn and eat it on drawing day. And guess what? I was drawn. And so I also passed this popcorn shop on the way to Chicago, and then made a special trip on the way back home, because I figured that would bring it full circle. And speaking of lucky snacks, one of my favorite things that my good friend Charla makes are sausage balls, and she usually only makes them for holidays or special occasions. She made some for my birthday. She made a special batch for me to take to the marathon, and I did eat a couple, but forgot them in the hotel fridge on the way home. But she made me more once I confessed what I had done. So thank you, Charla. I came home with more snacks and 2 more snacks. Oh, well, one of the biggest souvenirs is the medals, right? So here is my 5K medal. I love the ribbon. It matches the beanie, of course. And here's the front with the, again, the Chicago flag and the Abbott logo. And on the back, it also has the 4 stars, which I only had 4 stars when I ran that, so it's perfect. Chicago was my 5th World Major Marathon, so that means my 5th star. On the night that I arrived, after meeting up with my mom and going to the Expo and the hotel and everything, we got ready and we met a group of friends for dinner. And then we went to the final night, the closing night of Fiddler on the Roof. So this is the program from Fiddler on the Roof, free souvenir. It was fantastic. I did get a little tired from traveling all day, and I was a little bit worried how that would affect me, but it was a great non-walking activity to do in Chicago before the marathon. It was at the Lyric Opera House and it was a great time. So now I have a souvenir from that. As you may know from past hauls, I like mugs and ornaments. And while I don't have an ornament to show you, I did get a mug. And here it is. It is a Starbucks mug. I do have another Starbucks mug that I got from New York. I don't think I ever went into a Starbucks or found one in Boston, but that would be fun to complete my US major set. So if you're in the Boston area and you're close to a Starbucks and you're thinking of me, I might take a mug, but this will go with my New York one nicely. It has Lake Michigan, a football, the L, a Chicago dog, Michigan Avenue. It has all the good stuff on here. Basketball, baseball, deep dish pizza, of course, Navy Pier, that's what the Ferris wheel stands for, and the Chicago flag there. I don't think I see hockey though, but that's okay. I love the blue color. So I do have a mug for Chicago, and of course I'll get a bib mug made. And speaking of my bib, there is something extra special that I got on my bib. So as I mentioned, I brought Sharpies on this trip, and that is something that I've carried around for every World Major Marathon. And that is because I've also carried around Deena Kastor's Let Your Mind Run in hopes that I would run into her and she would sign it for me. It has never worked out. I even sent my friend and trainer to her talk at the Expo to try to catch her, and it just didn't work out. However, this time I also did something that I'd never done for any other major marathon other than running the 5K the day before, and that was to purchase the hospitality tent. I was in there trying to get my nerves in check, of course, and I looked to my right, and who could it be but Deena Kastor? I'm not sure if anybody else noticed her at that point, but I was like, this is my golden opportunity. So I went up to her and talked to her and took a selfie and sat back down and thought, man, I wish I had a marker. I mean, who carries a Sharpie during a marathon? But man, I wish I had a marker. Well, they had a cheer poster station in there as well, because it's not just for runners. So I ran over to that well, not run, I walked. I walked over to that table and grabbed a Sharpie. By then a line had formed, but I got in line to see Deena again, and she signed my bib. I have to say, I looked down at it quite a bit that day just to make sure like I wasn't smudging it, or the water that some stations were spraying wasn't getting on it. I was very protective of my bib, but Deena Kastor signed it right there. And so I'm really excited to make a bib mug out of this, because now I guess instead of in a book, I'll have it more visible and more accessible to me, but I would still take that book autograph anytime. So if you happen to be going to an event with Deena Kastor and she's signing, let me know that too. These are some of my paper replicas here. So I have my ticket to the Skydeck. I did that after the marathon so I could get cool pictures with my medal. It kind of worked out where I went at sunset, so it was a really nice picture. Be sure if you do the Skydeck though to reserve online. I was lucky to catch a time that I was able to do, but reserve that at least one day in advance if you can, of when you want to go. I got a postcard, of course, with all the Chicago landmarks that we kind of ran around and by. I also did a mural hunt, and one of them looked like a postcard, so that's why I only got this version of a postcard, because I'm going to print that other one out for another postcard option. I have my hospitality ticket. They gave it in this really cute book, and oh, and I got a free Chicago marathon tattoo, but they put it in this cute little book. And I did have to carry my ticket in my race belt. I really wanted to keep it, so I have the actual ticket in here as well. I have my hospitality wristband, which was purple this year. That's my favorite color. Here is my 5K bib. This isn't gonna be a bib mug, but I do like to keep my bibs. I don't know where that hospitality tent ticket is. If I find it, I'll show it to you in a picture. Some other souvenirs that I always pick up or try to pick up are newspapers. There was no newspaper drama on this trip. It was fantastic. I walked right to them and it was great. One of them I got was from the Tribune, the Chicago Tribune here. And then I also got the Chicago Sun-Times. And what I love about this is it reminds me of one of my favorite movies, which is Never Been Kissed. She was a writer for the Chicago Sun-Times. So I got my papers drama-free. Yippee. My friend and trainer that came and spectated the marathon, she's so sweet. She has been at all my major marathons except for Berlin, and she kicks herself all the time for it. Stop doing that, Catherine. You had Boston the next week. She put my medal on in Boston in April, and she was there with me for this one as well. And she gave me a little note and some money towards completing my 6-star journey, which, by the way, you can do as well. I'll leave that link below. She's so supportive of me chasing this dream, and I'm so thankful to her for that. But she also is living in Maui right now, and she brought me some of my favorite cookies from there, from Honolulu Cookie Company, as well as this bracelet. And it's called a mantra band. She chose the bracelet that says, "Enjoy the journey," which I think is perfect for the 6-star journey and any other journey you're on. And it says, "Find joy in your life and cherish every moment, because in the end, it's the journey that matters. Enjoy your journey." Isn't that perfect for a marathoner? I think so. So she got me that bracelet. Thank you so much, Catherine. Something else that I got before I went were the Chicago Marathon Gooders. And for once, I actually remembered to wear them while I was there in Chicago and took pictures in them and everything. I think this pair is so cool. It is that light blue that Chicago's famous for and says Chicago. Has this really cool kind of see-through element on the front. And yeah, I think they look really nice. So that's another pair to add to my major marathons collection. I have the socks, the mugs, and now the Gooders. If I can only find that jacket. At the Expo, you could also pick up a free poster. I'm not gonna unravel this right now. I'll try to put a picture up of it for you. Not all the majors do this, so I was happy to get my hands on this one. Something that you might be looking for at the Chicago Marathon that you may not find is the name wall, like of all the runners. I walked around for a while looking for that. They do just have the Hall of Fame, which is the 6-star finishers, which now can add Deena Kastor. So save some steps, don't look for the name wall, but they have some other cool things that they specifically offer, like the poster. What's this? Oh, something I also do, I have Believe journals, and I always fancy up the major marathon weekends with stickers. So I ordered these kind of 3D stickers with the Chicago Theater, the deep dish pizza, the train, everything, even the Wrigley Field sign for the 5K. So I ordered those for my journal. So that was something else that I bought beforehand to mark the occasion. Something you could get for free at the Expo, which I thought was really cool, was at the Abbott Marathon Majors booth. And that is these reusable pop-up cups. As runners, we're always looking for water. You can put this in your race belt, or I think it has a little clip here at the top. You could clip it to your backpack so you're always hydrated. I thought that was a really clever idea. And they had different colors. I chose the light blue because it just reminds me of Abbott and also Chicago in this case. So that worked out. I didn't buy too much at the Expo, but I did get kind of a sticker package, and I can't remember, I will put it below, but you could get so many stickers for so many dollars. Anyway, I got this sticker, which kind of looks like the metal ribbon lanyard. I got this black and white that looks more like the metal with the landmarks on it. This sticker, which looks more like the Nike merchandise, had this logo on it a lot. And then your standard race logo. And I think this might become one of my journal stickers as well to mark Sunday. But the main reason I went into that booth was not for the stickers. It was for something that would match something that I got in Boston. And that is this pint glass. Now in Boston, it was free when you showed your bib. You had to go to the Samuel Adams Tap Room, but you could purchase these in Chicago at the Expo, and it's a pint glass with the race logo on it. So I thought that would look nice with my Boston Marathon pint glass. Not really a big beer drinker, but as a runner, you can never have too many things to hydrate yourself with, so I got a glass. Something else I got pre-marathon and also from Sarah Marie were what I lovingly called my pizza pants. And I'll show you a picture of those here. I love those pants. So cozy and so appropriate. And my most important souvenir, last but not least, is my medal. I love the 4 stars at the top. You can just see them there and all the landmarks on it. And the ribbon just has the logo repeated and the red, blue, and white. They did a very good job with this medal, so I'm excited to add that to my collection. Well guys, I think that's it for my haul, but be on the lookout. I've got several videos, as I've mentioned during this video, planned showing more of my Chicago trip, and I hope you enjoy those. And until next time, please like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell 2 times for notifications. Bye guys. Great. Now I'm craving pizza again.